Supercross is going right now. It's 250 race for Superstar, not Superstar. The amateurs coming up. It's their chance to try out the big boy track. So I don't know any of the names on that one. So I come down here. We're gonna spray this real quick and just stoke the fire up. There's a couple spots here and there. I'm not too worried about them, but it's nice to hit it with 600. 600 is pretty much like rubbing newspaper on stuff damn near. So I'll just go ahead and clean up a couple of these spots. Hit it with this spot primer, and I already did the big spot because I was like, oh, well, let's see how this works. It's 20 bucks a can. This is wax and grease remover. Nothing too fancy here. You just got to get it cleaned up enough. I use microfiber on pretty much everything nowadays. But the spot that I sprayed, dude, I'll see how it looks like when we're done sanding on it. But I'm kind of stoked. Such a light spray. I got to go back over this whole thing anyway. So look at it, it like masked it perfectly. Like that. Okay. Says to do 2 coats of that. So I'm gonna address a couple of these other spots. Let it dry, come back and wet sand a little bit. All right. I had a pretty big pop through right there before. The camera actually kind of picks up where it filled, but you can see my overspray line. I think that'll massage out pretty nice with 600. There's a spot right here. Man, it's funny how the camera actually picks it up, but your eyes can't. In here, went through a couple spots. One down there, one there. There's a little guy here, a little guy there. That guy's taken care of. Man, that makes me feel a lot more confident. This is like, what do you call it? It's like a Mario when you get that extra life. Boom. There's a little bit here, which, I mean, that's going to be under a mirror, but nevertheless. And then I blasted through the corner right here just a little bit. So that makes me feel quite a bit better. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, I'm going to let that sit. Come back down, wet sand it. This was a bad spot right here. It's still, I could feel a little texture to it, but that literally is a miracle in a can when it comes down to something like this. In the past, if we did something like this and went through showed too much steel, we'd just freaking respray that spot, which that's got a lot more baggage with it. So you can see where it is right there. I'm going to go ahead and grab the sandpaper and show you. It goes down pretty dang easy. I've already hit the whole truck with, started at 320 and then I went to 400, and then I'd like to do a whole pass with 6. So doing this section right now with 6 is just kind of part of the plan, but let's just I'm just lightly doing it. I don't want to burn through this. Dip in your bucket. Wet sanding is it's dirty, but then it's cleaner at the same time because I don't have to wear a mask. You can tell that's where I sprayed because it's loading up 600 pretty quick. Let's go over here. See where it's down here, I haven't hit with the miracle in a can. It's not loading up. But that spot wasn't a really bad spot, but at the same time, I'd like to make it count. See how nice that is? But this spot right here is good stroke. You can hear it and see my hand slow down on the drag. Not that good. Well, all the hours come down to this. All the body work, metal shaping, layers of Bondo, primer, sanding, more sanding, another layer of primer. Started with the white primer. Finish off with the gray. Took all the tires and wheels off so it could get nice and low. I put a bucket right there so I can stand up on it, get up on the back easier. But just gotta blow it off, let the boot do its thing for a second, and then wax grease remove, tack rag, and spend several hours spraying color on it. Why does it go for my left eye every time? My mask. I need to get a new one of these. I need to get the full face unit because you can clearly tell we're not doing the greatest. But first coat is on the truck. It's trippy to look down the side of a truck. Like the doors that I fixed up, brought the dents back out. They look pretty big, nice. So finally see them. After all that time and effort, see it standing up like that. I like it. All right, for anybody that's asking this question, it is a single stage paint, and we spilled about $3,550 worth on the table here. So it'll whole thing 2K single stage. It lays out nice. Normally we use this. That's what we used on the other truck, the silver one, the first gen. And acrylic enamel for the full thing. I don't know, this stuff goes on really nice. It's funny how the first coat lays on is just a cover layer, flash it, and then that second coat, it really grabs it and builds the deepness to it. You guys can't see crap through this, but you get the idea. And then the third coat really brings her in. So it takes me about 30 minutes to spray the whole thing, and then 15 to let it flash. So it's basically an hour a coat. And then I got my uncle over here, he's mixing the paint for me, so that's super helpful. A little bit of dust in it. Got out of clean up. Not too bad. Now we gotta do some other projects while we're waiting for that to set. Need to get some clips to put the other rig back together. We started at about 8:15, 8:30 this morning. It is 1:30 now. Comment below if you're a painter. Is that? I don't think you can go much faster than that, slower than that. It would have sped up the process if we had a not blow up paint booth. I can't find my clips I'm looking for. So there's an hour, maybe 2 hours getting everything set up, getting the truck in there. So that's all part of the time. Well, those clips all there. Dude, look at it on freaking the camera. Holy crap. I think the body work was pretty good. Yeah. Oh, dude, it's once you get up on like under 10 feet from it, then the blue stands out. Dude, I'd say my body work on the cab was way better than the bed. You know why? Because I had to freaking fix the bottom of the doors and Bondo the bottom half of the doors, so you end up just doing the whole door sanding. But all things considered, the dang tailgate. This was a jalopper tailgate that had a full-blown resurrection. Look at it. And a little bit of dust. Whatever. A little dust in here. That turned out freaking sick. I'm glad that I welded in there. Oh, shit. Oh, we're good. She's cured up. That worked out pretty nice. I like it, Mark. I like it. I think that little stool right there, need to invest in a couple more of those that are strictly paint booth only. That little stool, need 2 of them, 1 on each side for doing a truck. That way you can just slide it to the back. That too. Hey, slowly the arsenal of paint, you know, stuff is getting better. Oh wow, I don't know, that might hurt the budget. No, nobody will notice. Look at this, he goes straight to working on his rig as soon as we're done spraying. What'd you get for that last Cherokee? It's over 2. Had to been.
I think what we paid for it, 22.
You can't get that for that one? Funny story, that thing was stolen a couple years ago right out of his driveway. Not so funny, but I mean, it was kind of funny that I found it like 3 days later on some back road. I found it. That was what was weird. Clean title still. Just had meth in it. Oh, UPS is here. Let's see if they do tires and wheels for the Sweptline here. I've been hunting for a set of these on Marketplace for a while. No luck. So, hit up my buddies at Black Patch Performance. They got tires, wheels, bumpers. That's how I originally started talking to them. It's the bumper for a second gen. And then they also said, hey, we sell tires and wheels also. So I ended up getting the tires and wheels for the grandma's truck from them. And I think I talked to these boys probably like last week, midweek. And they were here Friday, but the UPS guy didn't want to leave them here in the rain. So he just kept them in his truck until the day. But look at these bad boys. Mickey Thompson. We were going to go with that, not a Mickey Thompson because that's main brand. We're going to go with something else, but they were out of stock. So these literally showed up in 2 days. They're like, hey, we're just going to get these things out to you quick. If you can mount them and balance them. That'll be easier on shipping. And I said, all right, I'm set up for that. So I got to get valve stem and just got to wait for the meats. But I appreciate that they only took 2 days technically to get here. So the project doesn't get held up. Thank you guys. Okay. This is dangerous. pretty good. The wheels just showed up 8 minutes ago. Now we really got a bunch of boxes. As soon as you mount them tires up, we got all kinds of boxes. I'll grab one, you grab one. Oh, you dropped it. Now here's the real trick, dude. Can you get it up in the trailer?
Put my box in.
1, 2, 3. Okay, lift it up. Perfect. That'll work. It's old trash. Here's a quick photo my little boy took of me with the new wheels. Next video, we're going to get the bed put back on the truck and mount and balance these tires, wheels, and throw them on the old girl. I'm really looking forward to seeing how these classic, I would call them super single kind of Alcoa, they're going to have a little bit more stance than a stock, you know, like those little rollers that are on the truck right now, and we're just going to run 285s. But the paint laid down really nice, and I'm very glad that I spent the last year doing other projects and learning how to spray, you know, color on a rig, because it's a big difference from spraying primer, because honestly primer is a little bit more, you know, carefree, because you can kind of just lay it on there, and it's harder to make primer run, that's for sure, especially high build, really hard to make that run. So when you're spraying color, you got to keep the thing moving. Don't stop when the trigger's pulled. You just got to keep flowing, get your settings right. Yeah, so your spray pattern's good, your material's getting thrown plenty but not too much. And so big thanks to my uncle. Again, I'm still kind of a noob at this. This is my third vehicle that I've sprayed, and I think this one turned out really good. It definitely helps when you spend some money on your paint. Having good material to throw at it definitely helps. I did one truck. My uncle actually sprayed it. Was our second build. My grandma's old rig, 97 12 valve. I bought some single stage off of just, you know, Google. Searched it up. It was like primer gray, you know, like the new Toyotas. That's actually the color it was. And we could not get that stuff to do anything right. Everything we sprayed on it, no matter how thick, no matter how many coats, different, you know, like turning our pressures up, down, left, right, it didn't matter. We were still getting a gnarly amount of orange peel. But this stuff here, we got a little bit of orange peel, but nothing too out of line. If I was going to go back through and wet sand it, which I kind of doubt that I will, it just needs a little bit of buff in action, and this thing will be perfect. Just get that little bit of dust out of there. The booth it needs to be either super cleaned or maybe time to step up to a whole other one, but I'd really require a bigger shop so I could have a dedicated booth. But then I don't know how many of these trucks I really want to do all the way to paint like this, because the paint alone, just the process on the cab, that time consuming amount, I literally could have fixed up and flipped second gen Cummins probably without too much effort in that time amount. But anyway, I'm going to end this video here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. The color is not technically blue, even though that's what we're going for. It is black sapphire. And the tires and wheels, 285 75/16s with 16x10 wheels, Mickey Thompson's. Again, I'll have a link for Black Patch Performance down in the description below. Big thanks to them, and big thanks to my uncle for helping me spray this truck. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you on the next one. Let me know what you think about that color. Later.